Hello, hello. Welcome to another developer stream here. I'm Tankz0rz and I'm with Bam. How you doing, Mr. Bam?
Hello, wonderful. Another fine week, another new season launch.
Awesome, awesome. Uh, I know we just saw on Twitch someone saying hello from Las Vegas. Well, hello to you too from Chicago.
Hello from Chicago. David in Las Vegas. I I hope yes, you are in fact in Las Vegas. That's sticking to your tag there.
I know it gets awfully warm there. I'm sure it's not too warm there right now. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we're here to talk about all things tanks and tank related things. Why don't we go ahead and kick us off here,
Kicks
Mr.
off a little
Bam?
bit. Sure. Well, how's everyone doing? Like, how are we liking the Year of the Dragon season? Just kicked off just this past Tuesday. And we got the new community map finally available in rotation, both in World War II and Cold War. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. Hopefully, did you guys get a chance to hit that in rotation yet? Because it is in higher frequency. That is something we try to maintain for at least 2 weeks. And I promise it will be 2 weeks this round. I know Berlin stuck around a little bit longer during our previous season. But we will get that pulled down to just an average even frequency with the rest of the maps and one more week. So, and I think I saw, yeah, Justicone, I see you in the chat, sir. I happened across your tweet. I guess not tweet anymore. You found your cone, the single cone in Azure Coast. It's funny because I told the level designer, do not tell me where it's at. I would love to. Yeah, here we have Azure Coast up right now. I'll keep it a secret because yes, there is a fun little cone Easter egg hidden in there. Just a fun little thing that we threw in there. It was found, T-Bear, yes, by Justicone himself. So it's well hidden, and I think the level designer did a fairly good job. The one hint that he gave me is the map label, I guess, is meant to, if you do the Google Translate, if you will, might help give you an idea where it might be hiding.
Map labels, you say, huh?
Map. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I'm looking at these. I actually don't know.
Listen, even with that hint, I'm not sure I'm privy to finding that.
We're very vague around here on our hints,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So, but yeah, so many new things came with the Year of the Dragon season. Of course, we got new garage gear, the Cold War economy. Of course, let's start talking a bit about that, and we'll go down the bullet list here. As we've been informing you guys for a few weeks now that yes, the costs of all Cold War Tech 3 tanks have now come down in price, including various modules. Well, most modules. I do want to note we did detect a small bug on, I think it was 3 tanks in specifically. It was a BMP2, BMP3, and the third one is eluding me, in which the module costs did not adjust to what we had intended, and they did in fact go up in price. Those will be adjusted for next Tuesday's updates. And then, yes, the silver urns have also gone through. So I imagine you guys had a chance to play a series of Cold War battles. Check it out for yourself. As promised, we always said you guys can very much find yourselves still very profitable in Cold War. Still going to be higher than World War II. We didn't want to make it too much lower like that, of course. And then, yeah. And oh yeah. So no data findings to share just yet on that. We'll try to provide that transparency to you guys, but we need the Cold War economy to exist in the live game, collect a large sample size as you guys progress through Tech Tree tanks, and just how far are new players even getting through this as well, and see if it's meeting our target. Because remember, the reason we went forward with this Cold War economy and progression change was to target a 25% faster progression for any given player to go from like Era 1 in Cold War and climb the ranks to Era 3. So we need to give that one a few weeks. And as I said, I'll probably be up here with Tankz0rz once more. We'll share some data, some findings, and be willing to adjust if we find something is off target. But again, we'll keep that clear and transparent to you guys to let you know anything that might be coming. Up next, this one isn't exactly for you, the core players, but if you have some friends that haven't jumped into World of Tanks, or maybe if you are interested and want to start a new account and just kind of see what a initial player experience might be like nowadays, we did incorporate alongside with the development changes for the Cold War Econ to coincide with a better release of our initial player experience. And so just a quick summarization on it is now we guide players via a series of challenge quests that they'll see in the garage and inform them where to go in the garage menus itself. Teach them a little bit about how to upgrade their tanks, earn new modules, get new tanks, get commanders, and so forth. We also provided a progressive disclosure, so any new player who jumps into the game, we actually eliminate a lot of the menu UI items on your first login. In fact, when you first get to your garage, the only tab that you have at the very top is just your garage. Just to kind of limit the noise to the players, because let's be honest with ourselves, this is a long, 10-year, we're coming up to our 10-year anniversary, a lot of complexities, a lot of things that we need to help our new players get onboarded and become, get the mastery level of how to be good tankers into the game itself. So we want to reveal and show off new menus to them and how to access things slowly as they pick up on the battles, etc. Let's see. Yeah, that's our new initial player experience. Up next, Azure Coast. We were just talking about that one just a little bit. Yes, available both in Cold War and World War II. Hopefully you guys had a chance to check that out. I got into the map just once myself last night, taking out the new Calliope tank. Tankz0rz, I'm not sure if you had a chance to try out the Calliope. We'll talk about that one in a little bit as well. But that's a good big map, certainly for World War II. Interested to see how you, the players, define what is the meta of that map. What are the strong flank routes? What are the areas that you need to hold in order to pull in success? With a lot of the maps, especially with our community initiatives, as you guys have seen, we've done a Hellfire Pass was our second community map delivery, where we work together to kind of remove a lot of those steep elevations. And then our very first community map was Vineyards. And we opted to go in with maps that are a little bit more open spaced and not clear flank routes, because we understand that is something players seem to enjoy in a lot of maps. So we pick out what ones that we hear are very popular by the players. And even in internal design and developments, it becomes difficult to dictate and figure out, like, that whole like downtown area in Azure Coast, and you got that T34 tank monument in the center of it. We were really hoping that could be a good central point that might have a lot of contention with various ways to go through. In our internal testing, it turned out to be a little bit more of just kind of a pass-through and an easy way to flank around your enemies. And much of our internal testing led to most of the conflict happening around the beach in the northwest corner, or in the southeast corner, kind of around the elevated city section as well. But very curious to see, weeks to come, we'll get some heat map data. We haven't done that in a while with you guys on the stream, is kind of analyzing a little bit of the heat map data and some of our personal findings and things that we can potentially choose to improve, like balance, especially with any new map. That's just something that we got to keep a keen eye on and try to improve. A momentary genius. I played at Azure Coast once this week. Keep going. Like I said, it is in heightened frequency. I checked up on it yesterday in terms of our data. It is, in fact, working. So it's up there. It's up there and it's out there. Oh, one last thing I will make note of. If you guys had a chance to check in on T34's stream on Tuesday, yes, he did hit an unfortunate graphical issue with Azure Coast. We found out that, yes, this is impacting a very small set of users on PS5. We got this directly to our tools engineering team and tech team to look into it. They do have a fix that we will be rolling out by next Tuesday. Worth knowing, if you are an individual that was hit on this, again, based on our reports, this was hitting maybe 30 players a day. So a very small sample size, PS5 only. What we found out is users that exited out of the game, completely closed it, got back in, they no longer were blocked by this graphical issue loading into Azure Coast. Decamp. Azure Coast became Azure Matrix. I was there watching it live, and I nearly fell out of my seat.
You're like, what?
I'll tell you, I reached out to the art team. I reached out to our level designer. I'm like, start prepping files. We may need to pull the map. There is someone press the red button, man. This map is not working. My stomach sank. And then, after time, we saw the reports and like, okay, it's not a good thing to happen, but it was a small user base that was impacted. So, Goop Dog Drill, buying an Xbox fixes it. Well, not going to get into console war discussion on that one. Okay, up next. And we last week we talked about, and not only did we do a drive-through of Azure Coast before its release, I did a short showcase, that is, of our new garage gear, celebrating a lot of the Chinese Lunar New Year and our season launch of Year of the Dragon. A lot of fun garage gear props, if that's something you guys are interested in and decorating your garage with. I took a look. Right now, this week, we don't yet have a garage showcase for our shoutouts category, but I did take a quick look earlier today on our Discord. If you guys are decorating your garages with some garage gear, we are looking right now to see some spectacular Chinese New Year decorations into your garage. Please check out our Discord, send them forward, and you might get in our showcase for next week, and we can announce a winner that will receive a free private war chest. But I saw Petty, you were in there. I saw some of your work in there. I thought Sunshine Girl, you were present on the Discord. I see Hella, a lot of the light up pandas.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we showcased Sunshine not too long ago. So I mean, it's a name that definitely pops up here and there.
Mm-hmm. Mr. SPG. Hey, Mr. SPG. My colleague. We need to make tech to import a garage so I can just... So this is something that we have heard from the players, yes. Because not everyone wants to engage, and a lot of people want to just get into the meat of the gameplay, but would like to have a well-decorated garage without having to, get involved with the customization elements. This is a conversation that we're talking with Nick G, as you guys might recall, our tip of the spear of everything garage customization, is well aware of this request and might be something coming into the future. I saw another comment. Max Minor Tanker. Oh, it just moved. Can we get a garage volume control? So I wanted to comment on that one really quick, because this was something that came to my mind when we released Chaffee, the German Shepherd, as a garage gear dog that you can add to your garage. There was a day I was kind of stepped away from my console here, and I just heard some barking, and I thought it was like coming from outside. Like, it actually like weirded me out, because I thought there was like a dog like just outside my house. And anyway, the fireworks as well are a bit, on the poppy side. So something we can think about. Something I'll relay over to Nick G. Volume controls.
Your cat wasn't freaking out, was he?
He did actually. No, like when the dogs are barking or whimpering, their ears perk up and they start looking around.
Like, hey, what's that noise?
What's that noise? Yeah, true, Aquatic Soul. Fireworks are loud. I guess we could have gone louder. We could have turned it up to 11. Anyway, yeah, so check out our Discord. If you guys have awesome Year of the Dragon garage props, garage gear decorating your garage, take a screenshot, put it up on our Discord, and you might be showcased next week. Up next. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the Year of the Dragon season, but you guys, I'm sure a lot of you have already checked out much of the season pass the offerings. But let's go through bullet by bullet here what each of the season passes can get you. If you guys are kind of on the fence just yet and haven't picked up the season pass, here's some of our offerings with the Year of the Dragon. So in the free season pass, this includes various garage gear props that you can also add to your garage, including the Chinese vase, a New Year's door couplet, the light up panda statue, and various others. A 2D standard commander that I think we typically include with a free season pass. And the Type 59-2, this is unlocked at level 100. This is the Tier 8 Chinese medium tank. And then up next in our 2K Gold standard season pass, a few more garage gear that you can get include some Chinese street food stalls, and of course the fireworks stall that we were just discussing a little bit of. And another exciting one is a Chinese Dragon pyrotechnics dragon gear, garage gear. That one, and they're unlocked at various levels through the season pass itself. In addition, at level 25, the Type 64 Tier 6 Chinese light tank. Thank you, Tankz0rz. Another returning tank, we have at the level 75, the Tier 8 German medium, the Panzer 58 Mutz. And lastly, brand new to the season pass, at level 100, the WZ 1224 Cold War Era 2 Eastern medium tank. This mounts a large 120 millimeter gun, which is a hard-hitting gun for its class and its era, of course. Its turret and hull are protected by spaced composite armor that provides excellent protection for a medium-class tank. With its combination of medium-like mobility as well as heavy tank-like protection, its firepower will prove to be formidable, a formidable combination onto the battlefield. So check that one out if you guys haven't already done so. And then lastly, in our 6K Ultimate Season Pass offerings, the new Highlander tank 116F3. This is a new Tier 10 Chinese heavy, including some solid frontal armor, and it provides a true heavy tanking experience for the Chinese nation set line of tanks. Equips a 130 millimeter three-round autoloader, which is also fairly unique for Chinese line vehicles, and it has a unique paint job based on snow-covered mountains. And lastly, in the Ultimate Season Pass, our brand new 3D Commander, Zhu Tanglong, and coming equipped with a spear. This was a fantastic put together by our commander artists. But very awesome. No VO, but he is still a great inclusion into the game.
I know I mentioned it last week, but I do like the golden ornaments that he has. The little golden accents always look good. Looking cool.
Golden red.
Cool. Yeah, I mean golden red, and then he's got some black on it too. So I mean, you can't go wrong with those colors, right?
And we do have something else to announce today that's also branded in gold and red. Mm-hmm. We'll get there. We'll get there. And speaking of announcements, Tankz0rz, I think it's giveaway time.
It's giveaway time.
Giveaway time.
Alrighty then.
Let's do 2 Ultimate Season Passes.
Alright. If you like to enter into our giveaway, go ahead and click on that link in chat. Give us your Wargaming ID, and you'll be set for our giveaways for today. Fantastic. And we'll announce our giveaway winners toward the end of the stream after our Q&As. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the T34 Calliope. This, of course, was our Resolutions reward tank that we announced well into last year. And for those of you that completed a lot of our seasons last year, this was automatically added to your accounts. Everyone gets at least the camo and the emblem added into their bundles if they completed a single season. For those of you that completed all 6 of last year's seasons, they will get the Resolutions camo, the medal, an emblem, and a Grand Slam camo,
And of course, let's not forget right here, the T34 Calliope. And these are should have been automatically credited to your account on Tuesday. For those of you that may have completed just 5 of the 6 seasons, you will still receive the Calliope and also the emblem and camo set that should have also been added to your account on Tuesday. And for everyone else who completed up to 4 of the 6 seasons, you will be able to find the Calliope discounted in our store tab in various bundles. And I do want to comment really quick, because as the Calliope came out, I know it may have been a bit of a covert addition to your tank reel. You may not have noticed that there was a new addition. This is a Tier 6 medium American nation tank. So if you guys are confident and know that you have finished at least 5 of the last 6 seasons, check through your World War II filters, look for the American medium Tier 6 premium, and you might find the Calliope in there. Because I know there has been some comments, some players didn't know where it was at. Also, just talking a little bit more on the Calliope while we are on the subject. This is our first rocket launcher tank added into the game. Well, period. It's not ATGMs, it's just simply rocket launchers. So it's just a brand new mechanic, whether it's in Cold War or World War II. This does feature a rack of 60 rocket launcher tubes mounted to the turret itself, and you can do a burst fire of 6 rockets at a time into your enemy. It does come with fairly low penetration values. These are best used to take out stationary and maybe lightly armored vehicles. So take the approach kind of careful here, because if you're trying to just do a whole barrage of rockets at any mobile target, either you're very skilled or very lucky if you can land those shots. I am not. Another nice little perk of this tank, because of its high profile, the little rocket rack right up there on top, it can get spotted fairly easily, but it kind of works to your advantage in certain ways, because when you switch, this is a tank that is equipped with our secondary weapon system. It still is equipped with a 75 millimeter main barrel, and then you can switch to the rockets up at top. And this actually raises like your camera angle, and you can, if you have good, not just hold down, but good berms to kind of hide behind, or hills, and still be able to send a barrage of rockets right over the hill, you have solid protection that no one would be able to pen your actual hull of the tank. And the rockets up there can only take crit damage. So there's a bit of a little strat play that you can perform on that one. Yes, and the rockets do have slow velocity. Like I said, might want to target those unsuspecting stationary tanks instead of some of the moving ones, and try to be a little bit more in close proximity, unless someone's really just camping out there, not moving from a spawn or a nice roost for a sniper's nest. Those rockets can take a little bit of a while to make it to their destination. And yes, it still has its punchy primary weapon as well, that 75 millimeter gun, as I had mentioned, with a fairly quick reload time and a decent high damage per minute. Ask your enemy not to move. Sit still while I try to rocket you.
Asked very nicely. I like the little tidbit that you brought up last stream, where if your rockets shoot from right to left, right?
Yeah.
So if you're next to a wall on the left, like be careful that your rocket won't hit the wall. I thought that was
takes a little bit of strategy, and how you kind of angle yourself up to any sort of cover points. I still struggle with it, to be quite honest, because especially if you're going to sniper cam. We showcased this last week, and I'm sure many of you have already had your opportunity to check out the Calliope too. But it's a nice and cozy feeling when you got all these rocket tubes and your sniper cam just kind of encircling your actual camera view itself. Funny story, actually. Early on in development, not that early, but when we started developing the skin and adding all the branches on there for a little bit of added camouflage, we were still tweaking at the time where is the best placement for the sniper camera itself. The very first iteration was right in between 2 rocket tubes itself, which was very jarring. There was a lot of camera clipping into the tubes. I mean, we knew right off the bat that wasn't going to be the permanent thing. So we tried it like kind of up top, so you have all the rocket racks you can see kind of at the bottom of your screen. But it kind of led to, it didn't work out too well for players to understand like how far away they can go. Let me just say the gameplay didn't feel right at that angle. So when we decided the right place of it was to be right there in the center and kind of encircled where there wasn't an open gap, it wasn't until some of us tested with the new tank skin for the Calliope, oh, there's a big branch in the way. Like as you're trying to take aim, you got to like, okay, I got to work around this tank skin piece. So yeah, once we decided like, well, this is where we want to keep the camera itself, we had to talk with our lead tank artist, like, hey, sorry, but can we clip some branches here just so we can see a little bit further?
Bring out the weed whackers, huh?
Bring out the weed whackers. And also, one of our KB would remember this too. Some of our first early play tests, we didn't have a clip system with the rockets itself. So as fast as you can pull that trigger, you can fire all 60 of those rockets, and it was a madhouse. For balance reasons, it was necessary to add the clips. All right. Let's see. Up next, sorry, I was kind of reading through the chat. So we got some new Chinese New Year emblems as well that are in the store. I think we have an asset we can share with the players. If you haven't had a chance to check it out already, this also came out just this past Tuesday.
Second, please. Here are the fancy little emblems.
There we go. Very cool. And then we also had a war chest refresh. This is specifically our DLC war chests, not the 4 gold ones. So the private, the sergeants, and the generals. So some of the contents and drops that you will be receiving in those war chests have been changed up just a little bit. You can, of course, when you select a war chest, always there's an option to view the reward table that will take you to a different screen outside of the game itself, of course. If you guys are ever curious as to what is included into those war chest drop tables. And that's it. That's what we released at the start of the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Dragon season, just this past Tuesday. So, Tankz0rz, I think it's ready. I think it's time to party.
It's time to
party. Are you a party guy?
I'm a party guy.
You used to do some DJ work on the site, didn't you? Or you still do?
Ever since COVID came around, I took a little break, but yeah, it's always fun.
Well, we like to party around here. As everyone knows, we are inching closer and closer to the big 10-year anniversary. 10 years, guys. I just the other day unlocked my 10-year emblem. Anniversary emblem into the game because we did do a bit of a soft launch of the game itself. So some of us had the opportunity to play it just ahead of the official launch where we went worldwide. But it's coming up very quickly here. And kick off the party, we have a new event mode coming up. You guys might remember a lot of our Holiday 8s and the Super 10s events. Up next, does anyone have a guest? Do you have a guest here, Tankz0rz? What tier do you think you guys are next?
I mean, my favorite number is 7. Is it 7?
Lucky number 7, as we're looking at the notes. We have Lucky 7s coming out, and in time, it's time to give some of our old favorites a run out in our Lucky 7s event mode. And hey, this time we got the team distribution right. 7v7. Because that was totally intentional this round. So yes, a tier 7, 7v7 team destruction event mode. This will include all classes. I know a lot of our previous event modes did not include SPGs, but this one will. And will also be limited to USA, Germany, and United Kingdom tanks. The original release nations when we first launched on World of Tanks Xbox 360. This will have a limited map rotation as well. This will include Malinovka, Mines, Cliff, Westfield, Sand River, Mountain Pass, and the brand new community map, Azure Coast. This mode is just like Team Destruction, no respawns, and it's brought down to a 7-minute match.
7v7, tier 7, 7 minutes. I see the thing that's going on.
Lucky number 7. Hopefully luck is on your side. And to go alongside, we do have challenges. We started including, now that we kind of came out of our beta phase of event testing, we are now launching more and more events to deliver to you guys and tie in more incentives and challenges for you to engage with. So for the Lucky Sevens event, there will be a challenge such as destroy 7 or more enemies in any number of battles, and this will actually net you 5 season points. And this is available to complete twice per day. And then you can earn points based on your position in the team to earn even additional goodies. This can include anything from more war chests, premium time, boosters, camo, and there's just plenty for everyone.
Bam, would you like me to explode your mind with a little revelation I made here? You probably already know this. There's 7 maps.
I did not pick up on that.
I see Mr. Max Chaos here in chat saying there's probably 7 stages too.
I would hope so.
It's all 7s. I like it. I like this event.
Yeah. One last thing to mention about the Lucky Sevens event. This round, typically we run a lot of our events as just weekend long. This one will be running as a full week-long event. All right.
So 7 days?
Yep, so 7 maps, 7v7, tier 7, 7 days.
It's not 7 minutes long, right? Each match, just making sure.
It is 7 minutes long. It should have been 7 respawns. Okay, we can go on all day. We can go on until 7 o'clock at night here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, Bam. Well, let's move on here.
Let's move right along here. Okay, yes. So some other big anniversary events. We have the Big Ten community event. Work together to earn yourselves the brand new Lago M38 as well as the T34 88. Here we have it up on screen now. You will be required collectively as a community to earn 85 million points to complete. And you're probably, go ahead, Tankz0rz.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
This is the Lago here, and then we have the T34 88, you said?
Yes.
T34 88.
To earn points, to make that 85 million points a complete challenge, you will need to deal 1,250 or more damage in any number of battles. That equals 1 point. And destroying any tank in a battle will net you 2 points. And anytime that you survive a battle will earn you 1 more point. Plus, you will get exclusive anniversary emblems and garage gear along the way, as well as one of our new celebration war chests. So specifically designed for our anniversary and taking in a lot of our community feedback into account. Do you guys remember when we had launched our tank war chests a couple months back? These are very similar, but we decided to change a few bits based on you, the community, your feedback. The tank war chests were 4 gold war chests that you can buy, not the DLC ones that you have to go through the platform store to get money applied. This new tank war chest will cost just 500 gold to pick up and unlock yourselves. And the tank drop rate in which that you can actually receive tanks has been adjusted to 10.5%. And for every 50 chests that you decide to open up, you are guaranteed an epic tank drop. And get this, if you get a rare tank, it does not reset that epic tank drop counter. So look forward to the Celebration War Chest also coming on this Tuesday.
Awesome. It sounds pretty epic, Mr. Bam.
Okay, a few more anniversary things, and then a bit of a new earn challenge that we'll get into in just a moment here. And we will have an article after the stream, of course, to talk about a lot of these anniversary sales. And these, the next set of items that I'm going to mention here will be running up until March 4th. And this will include Tank XP to free XP conversion sale. 1 gold can now net you 40 free XP, as opposed to the standard of 25 free XP per 1 gold. Cosmetics, this does include skins, will have a 50% off in sales. Equipment will be 25% off. Various discounts on boosters and consumable bundles. 30% off researchable tech tree World War II tanks. And premium tech tree sales. This is a big one. Gold and free XP options across both World War II and Cold War will have premium tech tree sales available, and these will refresh weekly. And of course, we can't forget about premium time. There will be discounts of various premium daytime sales that you can also pick up. And last but not least here, we talked a little bit earlier about the Year of the Dragon, the new commander, right? He's adorned in a lot of red and gold. What tank comes to mind that is also adorned in red and gold, Tankz0rz? Do the players know?
Let's see if the players know.
What is an appropriate Chinese New Year?
Red,
tank?
gold. There you go. Yeah, people called it. I think
King
people called
Dragon!
it last week
No,
too.
the Tog. It says Chewy badge.
The Tog. Well, there you have it, everyone. It's our brand new red and gold Tog. I mean, King Dragon, sorry.
Petty, the Mick Dragon. I wonder why people think that. So yes, we know there was comments and people asking, like, the King Dragon, not part of the season pass? Oh, we did not forget about it, because we knew this is a very appropriate season in which we will include the King Dragon as part of a earn challenge, where you all asked for where it was. Here it is. King Dragon, Type 59, the Tier 8 medium Chinese tank. This will be starting on February 9th and run until March 4th. And all you need to do is earn 250 points in total, and you can unlock and earn the King Dragon for free to add to your collection. Along the way in this earn challenge op, you can also get the Cinnabar skin for the WZ-1224, various Year of the Dragon garage gear, and much more. Now, to earn points for this King Dragon earn challenge, you'll just have to deal 1,000 or more damage in a battle. That will net you 1 point. Deal 1,000 or more damage in a dragon tank. So if you're going in and you want to roll into the battlefield with the Dragon Type 62, the King Dragon, if you already have it in your collection, the Gorinich or the Keelan, dealing 1,000 or more damage in any of those tanks can also get you 1 point. Damage an enemy with fire. If you're trying to roll around with the flamethrower tanks, we're thinking about dragons here, fire-breathing dragons. That will get you a point. And then block 375 or more damage in a battle is also another option to earn a point.
Like someone in chat here is asking, the Gorinich.
The Gorinich is an applicable dragon tank.
It's got the dragon within, you know? It's got the dragon within.
That was our very first ever fire-breathing dragon tank into the game itself as part of our Monster Mash Halloween modes.
Awesome.
And that's a wrap-up of everything we have coming as part of the Year of the Dragon season this Tuesday.
Mr. Bam, you know what time it is, right?
It's shout-outs time.
Everyone's favorite time. It's shout-outs time. And what do we give these fantastic people for butchering their names? I mean, for doing a fantastic job in World of Tanks?
Fantastic job. We're doing our best. Private War Chest. Everyone that we announced today for their battle feats and shoutouts, you will be receiving Private War Chest added to your accounts automatically.
Auto-magically. Alrighty.
All right, here we go. To kick us off in the Chieftain CTR, we have Ganjaman 4200 and Craftsman 75 with max kills dealt in a single battle of 10. Up next, we have World of RNG, max damage dealt in a single battle of 19,421. Logan Fang, max combined damage in a single game of 7,396. And then lastly here,
looks like a barcode.
A barcode with max blocks damage in a single battle of 11,555.
Up next in the MBT 80, we have Buddhist with max damage in a single battle of 22,771. We have Zeloy 44 Russ with max combined damage of 12,604. And then we have Da Fireball 69 with max combined damage in a single game of 11,725.
Excellent. And last up here in the 114 SP2, Zabi Kojio and Bread CZ, max kills in a single battle of 10. Necron 6999 with max damage dealt in a single battle of 12,060. And lastly, we have Pinocchio, max combined damage of 8,709 dealt in a single battle. Then we got a few more here for our milestones. Players who've crested an incredible amount of battles playing our game. We have up first, we have quite a few actually. Many people this week hit that 100,000th milestone. Up first, we have Masiaka. I think I'm getting that right. Masiaka. Masika. Trebor 954. Tautist Golf 247. Brutard Diewisk. Nay. That's a nice and quick, simple name. Nay. Zombanos. The Old Man 1957. Tatka Martin. Panzer Kaputer. Andre 504A84 and Bulldog Cool 171.
Up next in 110,000 battles, sorry. We have first up Pete Scliff 158. We have Vince Lamoff. And then since there were just two there, I'll take the next one too. At 120,000 battles, we had Fatal Shot 187 and VX 751, along with Volodia 322 and Wildstar 3893.
All right, up next, I'll go ahead and grab the rest of these here because it's just a few more. At 130K battles, J Padres and Novel Tapestry 1. At 140K, Vanya Stalker. And then bridging a wide gap here at an astounding 220,000. Earlier Elm 94631. Congratulations to you all.
That is well.
A lot of battles.
I'll hold that one for now because we have one more slide here. We have Metal Showcase. All these are Klobanovs. So in the Chieftain CTR, we had World of RNG again. We had Elected Wall 6,000, iDave GM, Lone Wolf 750, Ogre Gunfire.
And then in the MBT 80, we have Sebastian Hayo 04. And lastly, in the 114 SP2, MKJ 79.
And let me go ahead and take a look at this real quick again.
What's up?
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
That's what I thought. 220,000 battles. Say it with me, Bam. 220,000. That's a lot of battles.
That's a lot of battles. So,
congratulations
someday
to everyone.
We'll get to see that.
Congratulations to everyone that was on our little board there. I saw someone in chat asking, what are these battle feats? Like, what is the purpose of these battle feats, Mr. Bam?
Well, just like these are players that stuck around and have been very highly engaged. And literally, when we say 100,000, this is a player that has played 100,000 battles in World of Tanks.
Right. So just like to showcase, some achievements that, players have done throughout either the week or, hitting certain milestones. So,
yeah.
So big round of applause to everyone.
Bragging rights. Absolutely right. From No Good, Bad, and Nugly.
Alrighty.
Before we go into the Q&As really quick, can we put one more link for the giveaway? We do have an active giveaway for the Ultimate Season Pass. We will be announcing 2 winners who will be receiving the Ultimate Season Pass for Year of the Dragon after we wrap up the Q&As today.
Absolutely. Go ahead and drop that in chat.
I try to keep in mind that some people might join the stream a little bit late and may not be able to find it. Though I think Petty, thank you. I think you have pinned the link as well, so appreciate you.
All righty then, Mr. Bam, are you ready?
On to the Q&As. Shout out Goliath Games. We love you too, man.
Shout out to Mr. Goliath. Hello. First question here. Why are mode challenge ops being added to co-op mode? Won't this reduce the players from actually playing in PvP battles?
Well, we wanted to make sure we open up the challenges to users who predominantly play co-op mode. Believe it or not, a lot of you guys probably stick around in the multiplayer game systems, but there are players that do majority stick in co-op. That's just something that they choose to enjoy, and we want to make sure that they can still get some benefits like everyone else. But just know that PvP is still our main focus, and so for anyone that's looking for the full benefits of any given running events at any given time, you will get better payoff playing in our multiplayer modes. But we do keep an eye on the effects of the challenges in co-op just to see if this shifts any users and their preferred modes enough, if there's any sort of detrimental effect on multiplayer matches and maybe even wait times to certain degrees. So, but this has not been, based on the data and findings that we have, that has not been a concern brought to our attention yet.
Next question here. Can we have the ability to respec a single commander skill without having to respec all of the skills? So for example, you pay 10 gold per skill that you want to respec.
We do have plans for some commander skill updates coming this year, and that's on the list. That is on the list. The ticket exists.
All right. Next question. Can we get an option to remove player names and just have tank names?
I saw this, and I wanted to make sure I brought it to attention because I thought it was actually an interesting idea. Just another, it's not something we're going to default for players and force to have off. We do want to keep, there is a teamwork play to have player names and their gamer tags present. But hey, if players want to be able to turn that off and just have a little bit less, HUD information, I can talk with UI and see what we can do about that.
Awesome.
Rad Laddie, that would be so nice, OMG. Well, we'll get a ticket on it.
Next question here. Will the free XP tier 10s ever come on sale with a 30% discount rate again? They've been saving up for, a fantastic day, hopefully in the future.
We always run various sales, and like I said, we have this is not a tech tree specific one, but we have those premium tech tree sales inbound next Tuesday. But yeah, sales like this we run on rare events, and it will come back at a later date, and we'll be sure to inform you.
Next question here. Can we get World of Tanks in space? This sounds awesome. As a separate game or a separate, game mode where, it features the moon map and the Mars map and, more space related rover tanks. They seem to miss it a lot.
I see. I actually misinterpreted this question before.
Me too. As soon as I started reading, I was like, yes, let's get World of Tanks in space. And then I kept reading. I was like, oh yeah, we did do space stuff. I forgot.
Decamp's like, is it Steven asking questions? So yeah, yes, you can certainly expect that the return of Lunar and our Mars event modes will likely be making a return into the future. Last time we brought those in, we tried to spice it up. We introduced a jumping mechanic, and maybe even this year, or when we do decide to bring it back, it could be different. But in terms of its own standalone space tank game, I mean, we're very much focused on everything modern armor here. It's a fun idea and something great, but there's absolutely no plans in the very near future for that.
So not a standalone, but possible returning game mode. All right, let's see. Next question. Can we get a premium Israeli Centurion for Cold War, please?
So the Israeli, they are coming. They are just not on the release schedule yet, but you can certainly expect them in some future release. Just no details or exacts that we can give at this time.
All right. Meow.
Were you able to hear that?
What? He's saying hi to chat, so
he might jump on the desk in a minute here. We'll see.
Next question here: with the Calliope in the game now, added to World War II, will the Sherman Firefly or the XM 551 Sheridan get rockets someday? Apparently, in history, they had some. So,
saw this question actually a few times. So, and I kind of lumped a few recommendations or suggestions users had asked about it. So, hey, we just released the Calliope. I'll tell you right now, there is no active work to start adding rockets onto other existing tanks or make new tanks with the rockets as an additional feature. It's very much a new mechanic, not just in World War II, but in the game itself. Let's give it some time. Let's see how you guys enjoy the Calliope itself. And if there's interest and you guys would love to see more tanks adopt it, we can certainly make plans and think about implementation of that in the future.
Next question here. This player's mentioning that they miss the maps that are now Cold War only. For example, Mannheim, Desful, and Fredbang and Kaobang. As I only play World War II mode, last year there was talk on stream that we might see a limited time event where those maps could be added for World War II matchmaking. Is there any news on this? Personally, they would love to play these new maps on the World War II map, even if they're playing on their slower heavies.
Mm-hmm. So here's what I'll state on that. There's no current plans to actually take the current format of those maps and bring them into World War II. They are simply just too large to be in there. And it leads to a lot of cat and mouse hide and seek games where matches can drag on for a long time and be very difficult to find individuals, etc. But it's still something we're keeping in mind that, to your point about an event mode, that might be something we try. We just got to figure out how do we best drive focus on the objective of the maps, where we don't have players kind of going out to the far corners of the maps themselves when we want to keep the gameplay kind of focused and the tension tight, right? So because we only just recently wrapped up a lot of our event mode testing, and now you guys can start seeing like the Super Sevens event, Lucky Sevens event coming out, we might try something with the Cold War maps in the future as well that might be fitting for an event with World War II tanks in mind. One other thing I will say in terms of the Cold War maps, there's still an active ticket to look into ways where we can take those maps and bring in the borders to make them applicable and viable into a World War II ecosystem where it makes sense. Some of the problems that we have trying to solve that is, the maps weren't designed in mind to have reduced borders, but we did apply this approach with the release of Nabelberg, if you guys recall, when we came out with that in July, just last July. The map was simply too big to launch initially for just World War II. It fit great for Cold War, but we did find an opportunity that we didn't want to bring a new map into the game and only have it available in Cold War, because we know players are asking often to be able to see that, when our new maps come into the game, and we wanted to make sure we leverage these maps to a wider tier range, right? And that map, we found that the reduced borders worked well for World War II. So that's not off the table for the other 4 Cold War maps as well.
Very good, very good. Let's see, where are we at? When will the map with seasonal variations return, like Malinovka and Mountain Pass summer variants, for example?
So I know weather-related maps, seasonal-related maps comes up by you, the players, fairly often. I know I give the typical answer, like, it's not currently on the plans. I want to let you know, though, I had a chance to talk with our art director, and it was just kind of a one-off conversation about, the return of seasonal maps to certain degrees. And the takeaway was, like, potentially. Like, we can start thinking about it a little bit more to add a bit more variety. But I want to stress a lot of our efforts and prioritization was about bringing back maps into rotation first and creating just variety of different maps themselves before we start going into the effort of taking the winter Malinovka and turning it back into like a summer Malinovka. Not saying no, but it is something that we've had conversations on.
Do we have time for one more question here, Mr. Bam?
One more. Yeah, this is also a map related one, so we can close off on this.
Next question here is, can the map frequency for Westfield and Prohorovka be brought to a normal map frequency rate such as other maps? Also, is there any reason why the map frequency for this map seems to be so low in the first place?
This, I have to admit, might just be a perception thing. Because all of our maps currently are on an even playing field in terms of the weighting, right? For the exception is when we introduce a new map. Right now, Azure Coast on any applicable tier and era and Cold War is at a heightened frequency. Every other map is actually equal. So it just might be a matter that, yes, you might not be seeing these enough. We have done a few, I won't call them events, but select weekends and maybe week-longs where we did increase some maps in frequency, just so players can hit them a little bit more. We'll try to revisit that initiative a little bit. One other thing on map frequency, I want to just kind of make a mention of. Very soon, I think when we bring down the Azure Coast frequency a bit, I am seeing like there are certain maps players are kind of tired of seeing. I know one called like Sunset Coast or something. I don't know, Dragon Ridge. I hear these maps come up quite a bit from players, and they wish they wouldn't be in higher frequency as often. So talking with a level designer, when we bring down Azure Coast to be on an even playing field in frequency, we're also going to move a few other maps that we hear from the community they'd wish to see it a little bit less. They're not going away. We're not nuking them, Goop Dog Girl. They'll stick around, but we are going to reduce their frequency. And maybe Mannheim, except for T-Cane. We got to increase the frequency for T-Cane. That's what I heard is the right approach.
All right, that about wraps it up for us here, don't you think, Mr. Ben?
I think we're just a minute over here, and we got a pending giveaway winner, 2 winners.
I was hoping you didn't forget.
I know, I won't forget.
It was a test, you passed.
Oh, good.
All right.
Rest easy tonight.
Our first winner here is the Taken King with a bunch of gamer numbers in between there.
Taken King.
So congratulations, Taken King. You are our lucky winner here today. And our second winner is Mad Medic 013. Congratulations, Mad Medic 013.
Congratulations all.
So that about wraps it up for us here this week. I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out with us. And if you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and stick around. We're going to go ahead and raid one of our community contributors here. If you're watching on elsewhere, well, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
See you on the battlefield.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.